Burberry, Louis Vuitton, Nike, Porsche. These are all foreign brands to China, right? No, they're not. These are all Chinese brands with too much likeness to their foreign counterparts. This is why in trade negotiations between the US and China, the US requires China to respect and protect intellectual property rights. In fact, not only does China copy, but with the shield of the Chinese government, many well-known brands have even been sued in turn, paying a high price for access to the so-called world's largest market. One of the most famous examples was Apple's entry into China in 2016, where it went through several rounds of legal battles as the Beijing High People's Court ruled that the iPhone trademark belonged to a leather goods company called Xin-Tiandi, which was registered in 2007. None of the company's products are mobile phones, but they do carry the iPhone logo. After winning the court case, the company even claimed that it was willing to work with Apple to keep the good image of the iPhone trademark. With Apple's ignorance, the matter has yet to be resolved. In fact, in 2014, Apple paid US $60 million to a Chinese company to settle an iPad trademark dispute. In 2018, Apple spent another US $8 million to buy the right to use the iPhone trademark from another Chinese company. In addition to the trademark dispute, counterfeit products have been appearing since Apple entered the Chinese market. Moreover, since the iPhone 6, counterfeit products are not only made by counterfeit factories, but also imitated by some famous Chinese brands, such as Vivo, Xiaomi, Huawei, and Lenovo. In 2006, the Chinese English name trademarks of Tesla were preemptively registered in China by a Guangdong businessman, Zhang Baosheng. In 2013, Tesla filed a lawsuit, and in August 2014, the Beijing court announced that Baosheng had agreed to waive his trademark rights, and Tesla had agreed to drop the lawsuit with a private settlement. The actual amount remains a mystery, but according to Chinese media reports, Baosheng said he was very satisfied. Brooks was the least fortunate one. It was sued by Chinese sports brand Anta for trademark infringement in August of 2017. And the court ruled in favor of Anta, which had to withdraw from the Chinese market and pay USD 450,000 to Anta for its market loss. In addition, famous brands such as Louis Vuitton, Michael Jordan's Air Jordan brand, US sports brand New Balance, and even the current US President Donald Trump have all experienced trademark registration, theft, and extortion in China. As a result of the rampant copycats, the Chinese media reported that many well-known enterprises have been taking precautions by registering a large number of copycat trademarks of their own brands in China, such as Coca-Cola registered Leprite and Starbucks registered Nubucks. China's domestic animation, Niza, has even applied for 1,818 defensive registrations. There are more domestic examples, such as the Big White Rabbit registered Little White Rabbit, Old Mum, registered Old Dad, and Alibaba, registered Alipapa. These actions have also brought the Chinese government a considerable amount of tax and handling fees. To some people, counterfeits aren't a big problem. They think if similar products are cheaper, why not use them? If the product relates to personal safety, though, it's not the same thing. In 2004, Honda filed a lawsuit against China's Shuangwan for copying its popular CR-V SUV, but the Chinese court ruled against Honda, even though the appearance of the two cars were almost identical, and ordered Honda to pay 16 million RMB in damages for unfair competition. The same thing happened to BMW. It was only when Shuangwan planned to sell its SUV SCEO to Europe that BMW could not tolerate it and filed a lawsuit in the German court to stop its export. However, the quality of China-made cars has long been criticized. In 2015, China's car production capacity reached 24.5 million units, but according to the WHO's 2015 data, China's traffic accidents per 100,000 vehicles killed 104.5 people, while in the United States it was 12.9. Canada was 9.5, and the United Kingdom was 5.1. This is just the tip of the iceberg of hazards brought on by cheap copies in China. China has a huge number of factories and over 100 million rural workers, which makes it the world's factory. As long as the idea of imitation comes together, they have the ability to quickly create a product that brings in profits. On October 12, 2007, China announced a decision to cancel and adjust 186 administrative approvals, including the cancellation of the mobile phone licensing system, which led to the explosive growth of Chinese cheap copies. Alibaba's online shopping platform, Taobao, has long been nicknamed by Chinese as a distribution center for counterfeit goods. In 2015, the Chinese State Administration for Industry and Commerce spot-checked Taobao goods and found that more than 60% of them were fakes, and more astoundingly, 100% of the mobile phones it sells were fakes, including the Chinese-made Xiaomi phones. Alibaba's chairman of the board and founder, Jack Ma, claimed at the company's shareholder meeting in 2016 that Chinese-made knockoffs are now better than the genuine products, and it's not the knockoffs but the new business model that is destroying the genuine products. These knockoffs are made by the same factories using the same raw materials, only they do use the brand name of the genuine product. But he also said that he would do his best to combat counterfeits.
The fake products today, they make better quality, better price than the real product, than the real names. The way of doing business has changed. So we would love to work with the branded companies. How can we help? It's not the fake product, it's not IP destroying them. It's the new business model. It's also revolutionized the whole road. But the fake products, I promise you guys, we are more and more confident than ever in this world that we can solve the problem. We cannot solve the problem 100 because it's the fighting against human instinct. But we can solve the problem better than any government, any organizations, any people in the world.
Isn't that a contradiction in terms? If the quality of the knockoffs is better, why combat them? Because that's what's stopping Taobao from going overseas. Alibaba announced in April 2016 that it had joined the International Anti-Counterfeiting Coalition as one of the first members. However, just 1 month later, IACC suspended its membership in an open letter due to discontent and pressure from a number of well-known brands. However, people soon forgot about the incident, and AliExpress, the international version of Taobao, was able to expand its business globally. If you look closely, you'll notice that the platform is very similar to Taobao, with products even using the same images. Not only do these examples reflect a lack of respect to intellectual property rights in China, but these products are also infringing on the rights of innovators around the world. In May 2019, the Wall Street Journal reported in detail Huawei's theft of technology for more than 10 years. The first case was in January 2003. The US Cisco accused Huawei of stealing Cisco's iOS software, including source code and a number of Cisco patents. When Cisco executives went to China to talk to Ren Zhengfei, the chairperson of Huawei, Ren was stone-faced and only said, "It's a coincidence." The two sides later reached a settlement, with Huawei seen as admitting to the theft. Later in 2007, Ren's relative Xiaowei Pan, who worked for Motorola, secretly delivered to Ren the SC300, a technology developed by Motorola to connect base stations to wireless network equipment. Pan was exposed and arrested by the FBI, and Ren was also investigated. David Barker, technical director of Quintel Technology, pointed out that the company had demonstrated its per-user tilt technology to Huawei in 2009, in goodwill to seek cooperation. In the end, the two companies did not reach any cooperation. However, in just a month, Huawei filed a patent application identical to the per-user tilt technology, even forgetting to delete the wording of Quintel's name and commercial confidentiality from the patent document. What's worth noticing is that this technology is exactly the patented technology that Huawei uses to claim to be the world leader in 5G. In 2017, Xiamen University invited CNEX to conduct academic research. CNEX provided the circuit board and the two sides signed a confidentiality agreement, but this year CNEX technology appeared on Huawei's chip. Robert Reed, a contract engineer in Huawei's Swedish office since 2002, told the media that they spent all their resources stealing technology. You'd steal a motherboard and bring it back and they'd reverse engineer it. Why would Huawei dare to do this? On January 15, 2019, Huawei founder Ren Zhengfei said in an interview that his personal shareholding in Huawei accounted for 1.14% of the total shares, with the remaining shares held by employees. However, experts point out that not only does Ren have a military background, but the real owner of Huawei is actually the Chinese Communist Party, which not only covers up the theft of technology, but also provides massive subsidies to enable Huawei to compete maliciously at low prices in the global market. That's the secret of the world's second largest economy. Would you still buy things made in China?